everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson. Here's a look at what's going on this week in the news. We begin with news from the Vatican. As part of the Year of Mercy, Pope Francis designated a jubilee September 15th through the 17th for all 108 Apostolic Nuncios stationed around the world who work as permanent diplomatic representatives of the Holy See. The three-day gathering began with Mass at St. Peter's Basilica, celebrated by Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin. Nuncios also attended lectures on the genesis and circumstances of the culture of gender and on relations with Islam. Also included during the gathering was a Mass and private meeting with Pope Francis, along with spiritual reflection and procession through the holy doors at St. Peter's. A jubilee for all 163 staff members of papal representatives will be marked on November 18th at the Vatican. More news now from the Vatican, continuing the dialogue which began in Cuba between the spiritual leaders of the Roman Catholic Church and the Russian Orthodox Church. Pope Francis greeted Metropolitan Hilarion of the Russian Orthodox Church at the Vatican this past week. Rome Reports has more on that meeting.
With these three kisses, Pope Francis and Metropolitan Hilarion of the Russian Orthodox Church saluted each other. He gave the Pope a very special, carefully guarded gift. It was a valuable relic which surprised Pope Francis. Afterwards, the Pope gave the Metropolitan a gift to bring back to Patriarch Kirill. He acknowledged that perhaps this was not as impressive as what he had just received from the Patriarch of Moscow. The relationship between the Russian Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church continues to improve after the decisive impulse that marked the historic meeting between Pope Francis and the Patriarch of Moscow in Cuba. Always in touch, the two churches continue to work to end the rift.
News from around the country, the abortion advocacy organization Catholics for Choice placed full-page ads recently in the print editions of more than 20 local and national publications, including Politico, The Nation, the Chicago Sun-Times, the Philadelphia Inquirer, and the Dallas Morning News. In response, Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York, who is chairman of the U.S. Bishops' Committee on Pro-Life Activities, said the ads calling for taxpayer funding of abortion in the name of the Catholic faith are deceptive, extreme, and promote abortion as if it were a social good. He said the group is not affiliated with the Catholic Church in any way, has no membership, and clearly does not speak for the faithful. Catholics for Choice said its Abortion in Good Faith campaign was a multi-year effort to overturn the federal Hyde Amendment, which bars the use of federal funds for virtually all Medicaid abortions. And finally in the news, with the support of the United Nations and the International Olympic Committee, the Vatican is hosting the first global conference on faith and sports entitled Sport at the Service of Humanity. The conference, which is in early October, will look at how faith and sport can leverage their combined power and influence to promote positive values, inspire youth, and make contributions for the betterment of humanity. Rome Reports has more on this upcoming conference.
Sports and faith have more in common than you think. On several occasions, Pope Francis has mentioned that he is a big fan of sports, especially soccer. In fact, the interwebbing of sports and faith has become a frequent occurrence. This is why the Vatican has organized the first global conference on sport at the service of humanity, which will take place in Rome October 5th through the 7th. The mission is to bring together leaders from the worlds of sport and religion to carry out different initiatives.
We believe that many initiatives can arise with this conference in Rome. Why not, for example, on a worldwide level, to see an increase in the number of playgrounds and sports fields next to and a part of places of worship, like many parishes in Italy have. I think it's a model that can be exported to many other religious communities.
All discussions of the conference will be based on 6 principles: compassion, love, respect, lighting, balance, and joy.
It's not about using faith as a kind of vitamin enhancer to improve sporting performance, to ask God for help to score a goal or to scratch a tenth of a second in the competition. In this, I believe God is an impartial spectator of all his children.
Among the attendees present, Pope Francis, the Secretary of the UN, Ban Ki-moon, and President of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach.
The Pope says that we need to focus on the challenge of the game in life, the same way we do with sports. In sports, everyone tries to give the best of themselves because they want to win. In life, you have to do the same, and also in the spiritual life.
Sports move the masses and stir emotion. In addition to entertainment, they can be an inexhaustible school of values, and conferences like this one aim to prove it.
And that is all the information we have for you this time. I'm Kevin Nelson. Don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week with Catholic Newsbreak right here on the Catholic TV Network.